There is a significant labour mobility within the South Asia region, and India has emerged as a major destination country for migrants from Nepal and Bangladesh, amongst other countries. Nepal's far western region is scenic and beautiful. Despite its richness in natural resources, the region faces great poverty. Migration for employment is a common practice for many people from this region. India is a favoured destination because of the open border agreement between the two countries. Crossing borders has been central to the lives of many Bangladeshis. One of the most densely populated countries in the world, with an estimated population of 150 million people, the India-Bangladesh migration corridor is estimated to be the fourth largest in the world. Most of the cross-border migrants from Nepal and Bangladesh usually find work in the informal sector, as factory workers, in restaurants, as construction labourers and as security guards, and most women as domestic workers. Every day a few hundred people pass here at the border to find work in India. Migrant workers face significant challenges along the continuum of mobility. At transit, migrant workers often face violence and harassment by different stakeholders, including border officials and local hoteliers and transporters. Most of the people here are migrants, working in the garment factories in the areas. At destination, migrants have to cope with poor living and working conditions, lack of access to services including health services, harassment in the workplace, unequal wages, lack of social security benefits. Migrants' vulnerabilities very often is a result of the legal and policy environment and a lack of implementation at the ground level. The Emphasis project has been working to address vulnerabilities of cross-border populations across the mobility continuum in India, Nepal and Bangladesh. Operating through a network of over 700 peer educators and outreach workers on the ground, the project has focused on providing safe mobility and improving access to services for mobile populations through a comprehensive migration program. Emphasis has supported safe mobility and reduced levels of violence and harassment across the mobility continuum. The project has reached over 345,000 migrants and their family members.
जब से ये संस्था चली है सर, तब से हम लोग इसमें जुड़े हैं, तब से इसमें हम लोग मतलब सवारी पैसेंजर को सही तरीके से सही ढंग से पहुंचाते हैं.
ट्रांजिट में अगर अवेयरनेस किया जाता है, जैसे आपका जो टारगेट है माइग्रेंट्स का, वो कंट्री के डिफरेंट एरियाज में जाते हैं, काम करने के लिए जाते हैं, जिसकी भी एक काउंसलिंग आप लोग करते हैं, तो वो जा करके एक पूरे कंट्री में एक अवेयरनेस का प्रोग्राम या उसका इम्पैक्ट देखने को मिलेगा.
Emphasis has worked towards reducing HIV vulnerabilities by promoting access to health services. A significant achievement has been improving access to ART services for cross-border migrants living with HIV.
यहाँ चाहिँ हामी संस्थाले गरेर यहाँ दबाई पाइदिँदाखेरि धेरै सजिलो भयो.
Emphasis has supported community-led women's groups to create spaces for women to actively participate in safe migration and HIV prevention. As a result, women have organised themselves in collectives and are challenging traditional gender norms.
একজন মিলে অসুবিধা বেশি হবে, কিন্তু 10 জন সহযোগিতা করলে সে জায়গায় মনে আরো বেশি জোর হলে তখন আরো কিছু যদি অসুবিধা হয় তখন আরো একটু কিছু বলতেছে পারে.
With Emphasis support, women's groups are also playing a critical role in sending safe remittances, which leads to economic empowerment and change in power relations.
पैसा बैंकमा हालेपछि सुरक्षित पैसा पनि आयो आफ्नो परानी पनि आयो भन्ने हिसाबले खाता खोल्नु तब जरुरी हो.
The comprehensive migration programming that Emphasis has been practicing over the last 4.5 years is going to enrich the whole migration and development agenda.
Emphasis is also promoting wider political acceptance of cross-border mobility through comprehensive advocacy efforts at the community, national and regional levels. As a pilot project, Emphasis has brought new insights to the domain of migration. The Emphasis model, with its chain of partnership and interventions across the mobility continuum, have contributed to addressing the vulnerabilities of migrant populations in 3 countries. The innovations pioneered by Emphasis bring significant lessons to developing a cross-border migration intervention strategy.